The Tunison Scout is an interesting, innovative and unique American aircraft from the late 1920s. Engineer MC Tunison had ambitious plans to offer a family of self-designed aircraft and engines. The three types planned were the two-seat Scout Junior, an open cabin trainer with an engine of 75 to 150 horsepower, the Scout Senior, a four-seater with a cabin easily convertible from closed to open cockpit with an engine of 200 to 400 horsepower, and the last one was the Scout Cruiser, a 5 to 7 seater with an engine of 400 to 500 horsepower. They would all be built entirely of moulded plywood, with the exception of the engine mount and fittings. Even the 32-inch wheels would be made of moulded plywood. The thick 36-feet wing would contain no spar whatever, the moulded plywood skins carrying all the loads. In the end, just one Scout prototype was built. This was a three-seater with a closed cabin and the 300 Wright Hisso H3 engine, and that's an American licensed version of the French Hispano Suiza 8. The only internal structure consists of 4 ribs in each side of the wing, one at the wing fuselage juncture, 2 at the landing gear attachment points, and the 4th at the wingtip serving as a hard point for aileron attachment. The Scout was 31 feet in length and had a maximum chord of 12 feet tapering to a maximum at the tips of 5 feet 6 inches, and the aerofoil was amazingly complex for that period. The one-piece wing was constructed in 2 halves, an upper and lower shell. The wing was so strong that everything was attached to it, the landing gear, engine and fuselage, which was described as just a fairing for the cockpit, and that was a 48-inch wide hole cut in the thick upper surface of the wing. The bottom surface of the wing was the floor of the cockpit. The wing was over 2 feet thick at the centre span, so the pilot and crew quite literally sat in it. A heavy ring of wood veneer reinforcement was built around the cutout to carry the wing load stresses. The bulky landing gear fairings were capable of taking the weight if the wheels failed, and all of this made for a very heavy aircraft. The thickness of the skin decreased from the middle to the tips. In the centre it consisted of 38 sheets of pine and spruce glued, heated and pressed. The thickness on the wings are from 6.7 to 0.6 centimetres. The Scout's glazed cabin was designed for 3 people, a pilot and 2 passengers located side by side behind him. Entrance was via the left side and through a trapdoor in the roof. The cabin was all very plush. Mohair velvet covered nearly everything. 2 cabin dome lights were fitted. The pilot's instruments were very comprehensive for the day, with his bright red fabricoid covered dashboard. Extras included were a fire extinguisher, first aid kit, logbook, map desk and case. The construction of the prototype was financed by a group of Los Angeles men, headed by one Forrester J. Johnson. A company known as Pacific Air Industries Incorporated was formed to manufacture the Scout. Sometime in 1929 an application was filed with the Department of Commerce for an approval type certificate, but none was ever granted. It was claimed that many patents were pending on various features of design and the construction of the plane. The Scout made its first flight with pilot Jimmy Angel on the 21st December 1928 with the registration X-Ray 247 Echo. The Scout took off quickly and completed many circuits. Manoeuvrability and its climb rate were all very good. Speeds of over 140 miles per hour were achieved on less than half the throttle. The aircraft landed at about 40 miles per hour with a landing run of 250 feet. Other pilots who flew the Scout praised its capabilities and handling. Its glide rate was also very good. Sometime later the Scout was redesigned and re-registered X-Ray 13795, donning a new tail with a new nose containing a Miller inline engine with a capacity of 600 horsepower. And I think it looked much better without the walrus tusks. What happened to the Scout after this is very vague. Apparently it became a victim of the Great Depression. Okay, it was not a great looker, but by all accounts it was a good aircraft. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, share and feel free to leave a comment, as it's always appreciated.